I'm joined now by Daryl Johnson, a former senior analyst for domestic terror at DHS, the author of the new book, Hateland, an in-depth look at, yes, domestic terror here in America, and former federal prosecutor Joyce Vance, who has national security experience, obviously, as a U.S. attorney. Thanks for both of you being here. Daryl, how do you view it?
Yeah, I mean, this topic of domestic terrorism is basically a political minefield. You're talking about very divisive topics in America, things like gun rights, abortion rights, immigration, and other things. And, you know, the concern that I have is the backlash that I was subjected to back in 2009 has a chilling effect on both the law enforcement and intelligence communities. So you have a reluctance on the part of federal agencies to pursue these issues because they saw what happened to me and my unit and how it got shut down and people were fired.
Let's dig into that for a moment, because part of the thing about, especially immediately after 9/11, was if you could link anything to 9/11, it fortified it in Washington, whether it was a government reorg or funding or taking more extreme measures. And there are legitimate civil liberties balancing, as I mentioned. Tell us what you meant about the political blowback you experienced.
Yeah, so we wrote a report back in 2009 that used the term right-wing extremism, which I guess some people in Congress took that as meaning the Republican Party or the Tea Party. We also had a vague definition buried in a footnote that was taken out of context that talked about how these groups are generally anti-government or hate-based. And then the third issue that was raised was the point we connected the returning military veterans being susceptible to recruitment into these groups.
Joyce, how much of